We have been going since I took over this committee, and we have been graciously accompanied by a bunch of great people to kind of go through a plan of what we want to do for this roads committee and how we want to go moving forward. Long story short, we have been given EPA money due to lead in our dirt. The trucks that came in to remediate the lead basically caused damage to our roads, and we got a total of $1.2 million-ish.
1.2 to 1.5.
1.2 to 1.5 over the last 4 years, in increments of $300,000. Our annual roads budget in Raintree, informally, is about $215,000 to $225,000 a year, which is a third of our total revenue inside of this building. So for every $1 we get here, 30 cents goes to the road, basically. With the EPA not doing that anymore, we're left with only fixing the roads at $215,000 a year, which isn't enough for the 38 miles of roads that we have here. You'll see it all over Raintree. You'll have places where, you know, there's, how do you graciously put it, John? Drive around them or fall into them.
Drive around or fall in it.
So there's roughly 18-ish of those locations in Raintree, and there's also a lot of places where you have the alligator cracking. And what that is that asphalt is dried, it's old. The sun's baking all the tar off of it, and then as cars go over top of it, dump trucks, garbage trucks, it'll eventually break and become something you have to drive around or something you're gonna fall into. So for the last 4 years, we've taken our $215,000 plus roughly $300,000 from the EPA, and we've been using about $500,000 each year to fix the roads. That was at the end of 21 was the last time we got that money. So last year, we spent $215,000 on our roads. Of that $215,000 and of those 18 locations, we fixed 6 locations.
There were 32 locations. So.
Yeah, there's 32 locations, excuse me. There's 32 locations where you're gonna fall in it or drive around it. Of those 32 locations, we fixed 6 with $200,000. We also had to put in a new cul-de-sac for someone, a new owner that had built a house in there. So the money goes away fast. So we kind of started the roads committee with what does this look like? You know, I just took over recently, so what does this look like as far as us and how we're gonna fix it and what do we need to fix and what do we do? But then also, like John and I have been trying to do with the board, is figure out what we're gonna do for the next 5, 10, 15 years. So the way to really kind of eat this elephant is really one bite at a time. So we wanted to kind of come up with an idea of how much it would cost to get us right with the roads. So we're now just maintaining the roads that we have and fix what we need to fix, but we're kind of ahead of the curve. I and John feel as if we are falling behind the curve with this $200,000 a year. It's not enough to fix everything that's breaking. So we have 32 places. Of those 32 places, the $200,000 is gonna fix 10 of them this year. But in next year, there's gonna be 15 more that come. So eventually, in the next 5 years, we're gonna be well behind the curve and we're gonna have more spots to fix that we can't get to.
Well, the quote to fix the 32 spots was $510,000. So we're entering this new budget cycle, new year, with $300,000 behind to fix, 28 spots from a year ago. That doesn't even account anything that's cropped up since summer of last year. And it's not really fixing or maintaining the roads. It's patching the parts that you're gonna drive around or fall in.
Another big thing is in Raintree, and what we've been doing for the last few years is we've been laying down 3 inches of asphalt, which is a residential grade amount of asphalt, something you use for a parking lot, right? So for example, B is probably a 6-inch pour. So you have pour 4 inches, compact it to 3, and then do another lift on top of it. So that's a commercial grade road amount of asphalt, especially with the dump trucks we have here, tag axles, dump trucks, construction equipment, and even our garbage trucks, right? I mean, you're talking about big machinery going on residential parking lot, driveway type asphalt. The problem with fixing it correctly is it's expensive.